Ooh, ooh. Hey, everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy. And there I was last night, just sitting there surfing through Amazon Prime. And then I come across a movie I do own on DVD, but I don't have the Blu-ray. So I figured, oh, hey, this will be a good way to hold me over till I get the Blu-ray, because I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. And for some reason, I don't remember anything about it. But I think I know what that is. But anyway, without further ado, we're talking about The Burning from 1981. And I have a feeling I'm gonna make a lot of people mad by some of the stuff that I'm about to say. But you just have to forgive me, okay? Right? Because I hadn't seen, this isn't one I grew up with. This is one that I did not see until probably 2007, 2008, when I had my first apartment. I bought my, well, it wasn't my first apartment, but my, just don't worry about that. I had bought the DVD when the DVD was released at Best Buy. I had bought it, and I know I've watched it at least twice. Hardly remember anything about it aside from, the canoe scene. The canoe scene. That doesn't happen until way later on in the movie. So the movie takes place at a summer camp, and you know how much I love movies that take place at a summer camp, let me tell you. So I figured, even though I don't remember it, it's got to be a good time, right? And so these kids are playing a prank on Cropsy, and Cropsy's the caretaker of the summer camp, and apparently he's an asshole to some of the campers. So they're going to get back at him by putting this spooky skull by his bedside and lighting some candles, so that when he wakes up and he sees it, he smacks it on himself and accidentally lights himself on fire. Actually, no, they didn't do it because they think that he was going to do that. Don't worry about that, all right? The fact of the matter is, this is one of those things where, oh, we didn't think. Well, yeah, like, why would you? First of all, the kid lights it in the box before he takes it out of the box. It bothered me. So yeah, they're playing this prank, and there's this creepy skull with the worms and the candles. Cropsy wakes up, knocks it over, lights himself on fire, becomes engulfed in flames, and runs down to the lake. And then the next thing you know, he's been in a burn ward for like 5 years. And finally they're telling him, you can't stay here anymore. You got to go back out into society, and you got to get, like, reacquainted with society, so to speak. Even though you're totally probably not ready for it, just do it anyway. Just going to throw him out on the street. Just throwing him out on the street. Across from the camp that Cropsy was burned almost to death at, there's a new camp starting back up, and it's got such characters as Jason Alexander with hair. And then that guy, the guy, he was in a Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm sure there was something else he was in, but I can't really remember right now. I'm just spouting shit off out of it. I mean, there's several people in here that you will recognize from other movies, such as like the head counselor for the girls. She's the journalist in Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And there are some charming moments with some of the characters in this movie, especially Jason Alexander. I mean, you could see just from watching this performance here that, he was going to make a name for himself. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is. This movie seems like it's 2.5 hours long. There seems like there's and don't get me wrong, I love the whole POV. Like, if you ever seen my Sleepaway Camp movie review, I love POV shots. Like the first Friday the 13th, I love POV shots. Okay, I love them. They're great. And even in this one, they have it like it's like a distortion, so it looks like his messed up eye or something. Can I find an example of what the hell I'm talking about? Right. So I do enjoy that, but it seems like a lot of this is just somebody wandering around in the woods, and then somebody finding them, and then somebody wandering around in the woods, and then... and I know, I hear you. I hear you. That's what Friday the 13th sounds like. But this one, I don't know what it is. It just seems longer than Friday the 13th. It seems longer than Sleepaway Camp. And by longer, I mean drawn out. There are so many scenes that are just kind of drawn out. And it takes quite a while after the accident. I mean, sure, we get the whole there's a prostitute kill at the beginning. Once he gets out of the hospital, he's walking around in his shadow cosplay or whatever you want to call it. He's got he's the black man. But he's fucking Dark Man. Point is, just like that cheerleader camp I reviewed, I feel like the kills were like stretched as far as I could possibly stretch them. And I don't know if Dead Meat has ever done a kill count for this, but yeah, I wonder what I want to know the kill ratio. How long have I been sitting here watching nobody get killed? Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, there's some boobies to hold you over between the violence. And speaking of which, you got, what's his name? Artie, who cares? He's the kid from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and he's like a peeping Tom. He's spying on the girls in the shower, and then anytime anybody goes off to have sex, he's right there behind him to watch it, and it even leads to him seeing Cropsey murder one of the kids later. But, you know, that type of, like, the good stuff in this movie is really good, but then some of the dragging it out forever all the time, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I just feel like this movie dragged on. Because, like, once they finally do get to where they're on their little 3-day camping trip, and they're all upriver, it's a fucking lake. They're all up lake. They're up the lake. Up the lake, and they're camping, and they're having a good time. And then this one guy and this other girl, they go out, they're going to go skinny dip, and they're going to start making out, and the girl's going to be like, you know what? I don't need that poking up against me, all right? So stop it. And he won't stop it, so she gets mad, she leaves, and then she dies. Okay? And then they accuse him. Well, what would you do to her? What'd you do? Where are the canoes? Where are the canoes? Because, yeah, she's like the first one that gets killed in a really, 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 really long time. But, oh my God. Fast forward till they build a raft because someone stole the canoes. And then finally we get to the big climactic scene where people actually die, which it's a great scene. I'm not going to discount. Like I said, I don't know how to say this without making it sound like I hated this movie, because I did not hate this movie. I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it. Jesus Christ. So, the raft scene. They're slowly, and I mean slowly, because this raft they built, it's just as slow as the fucking first half of the movie. And they're slowly, like they're still slowly fucking getting close. Like the girl notices there's a canoe, and slowly they slowly stroll over to it. And then, you know, and here's my biggest gripe with this scene. Anybody that goes canoeing or river rafting or anything like that knows goddamn good and well ain't no way your ass is going to stand up in a canoe with some hedge clippers and not fucking tip yourself over. You ain't got that kind of balance. Like, have you been sitting there practicing all night just assuming that they're going to find the canoe and they're going to come up and then there's going to be 6 or 7 children for you to slaughter? I don't know. Seems like, you know, that's the only logical explanation. Next time I'm on the river, I'm going to get a canoe and I'm going to try to hide inside of it and have somebody sneak up on me. Then I'm going to stand up and see if I don't fall over. That aside, everybody talks about how great the makeup effects are, and Tom Savini's the master, which he is. He's really good. He is really good. But some of this looks fucking mediocre compared to some of the other shit that I seen come out at the same fucking time. Like, for instance, the first Friday the 13th. He didn't do Friday the 13th Part 2 for this shit. I don't know. I feel like maybe I have a problem with the fact that the only thing the killer used was hedge clippers. Now, they were the coolest set of hedge clippers I ever seen put to screen. But, there's only so much you could do stabbing somebody with some hedge clippers. And then not to mention, the one bitch. Can I find it? Did I show it? Hopefully I can show it. He fucking slits her forehead open and she dies. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Please, don't get mad at me. This movie's like super fucking... I don't know. It's mediocre at best. There it is. Is that it? Is that it? Like, I don't know, everybody. I tried to do my best. I even had the fancy fire effects to make me seem theatrical or whatever the hell it is. So if you've appreciated that, the least you could do is like this video, comment below, let me know your thoughts in this movie. Am I wrong? Should I watch it one more time in like a couple years and just to make sure that it's not just mediocre at best? Anyway, subscribe if you're new here, blah, 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 blah. I do terrible movie reviews. Like, the movies themselves aren't necessarily terrible, but the reviews always are. Also, there's a Patreon link, and if you would be so kind as to click on it, maybe I'll get better at this. I don't know. I keep saying that. I keep saying I sound like a broken record. Just get the fuck out.